Hello, I'm Gunther. I know games and I play games, and today we're going in for some Halls of Torment. I'm gonna go for the cleric quest. The problem we figured out last time was, where is it? Yeah, survive with the maximum health. I had a blessing on that, increased my max health. So, completely unable to get that done. So this time we're gonna not do that. And to do that, I think we need to make sure we have, I'm just gonna double check that we have nothing on that boosts. Yep, see, that boosts health capacity. Don't want that. That heals when we die. I think other than that, we're technically fine. I think we can just go with this. Do we want to find ingredients? Yes, we do. Bop, bop, go. Okay, so no health upgrades. Let's actually do it the right way this time. And the first thing we get is a slime that I definitely will not be able to kill, because our damage at the start is honestly terrible. And he is just running from us. Yep, that that is a great way to start it off. Let's get more cone size. I don't really want any of these. Damage is great. I'm gonna go super heavy into attack speed this time. Like, I know I always kind of go into attack speed, but I'm like, my main goal is to get as much attack speed as possible. So I think to start, we want to... Yep, more attack speed. Do we want to get the ingredient or the spell? Let's get the spell first. Just because you need to get, like, stacks on those quests done, and the only way to really get that done is to, you know, have a spell. We could wait till the boss shows up, but, you know, I don't want to. I did notice there that our block saved us a little damage there, because earlier I just said, hey, let's just stand there and get hit. No. We'll just get pickup range. I don't want to reroll too heavy early on. I mean, I'm going to, because I want that attack speed. But I don't want to, like, do it multiple times in the same roll, just because I might just end up with, like, a worse stat. And I need to constantly remind myself to not pick up health. The plus is, I don't normally go for health. It's a defensive stat, so for some reason my brain just goes, no, more damage. Well, I mean, for good reason sometimes. More damage means more things die, means we don't need to heal. So why would I need to heal if all my enemies are dead? So I don't have to worry as much about picking it up. The main problem is going to be when it's, like, grouped up with another perk. Because sometimes you'll get double perks that are together, and you're like, I want this? And sometimes you do. But in this case, we have to just say no. No healing. Sorry, healing's fine. No health. The max health upgrades. I have to remind myself that, because I keep thinking I can't get, like, health regen, but that's perfectly fine. Just can't get more health. I also have to see, because one of the quests is to get the metabolism perk up, and I feel like that's gonna be health. I don't know. That would confuse me if it wasn't. So we might have to do that on a second run or something. More damage, more range? Yes. I'm trying to look out, because I don't normally look at the names of the abilities, so I just want to see what metabolism is, so I know if it's something I need to do another run for, or if it is just, like, health regen. Because if it's just health regen, that's perfectly fine. Metabolism, it's health regen. Let's go for it. Since we know we can't go for healing, I mean, more health, we might as well go for that and get them both done at the same time. Our damage is looking decent, but we can always go for more. None of these are really what we want, so I go transmutal. Only we're not really going into fire, so we're not going a fire build, and it makes visibility incredibly hard. And without, like, having a really good clear, poor visibility is terrible. More attack speed. Damage will be good, but more attack speed just means we'll just use it more. And I feel like I normally just go damage anyway. And I did remind myself that not get anything that even looks like crit, because it's not going to help us. We'll do a reroll. Metabolism. I think we have to get to the max, which I don't remember if it's 8 or what, but we're just going to keep putting points into it. Cone size. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to keep moving down. And we're going to get the scroll. I also finally hit 100 on my character in Diablo, so I was kind of happy there. So I can take a quick break from the game until the next season starts. I thought that was an enemy running at me. Oh god. But yeah, I'm kind of happy there. Because that's one less thing to do, and I'm watching the patch notes before the next season starts to see who gets buffed and who gets nerfed, so I can see who I'm going to pick. I don't see a lot of nerfs, so I'm just going to go based on who gets hit the least. Probably going to be Necromancer and Marb getting hit the most. That's my assumption anyway. So probably might go Rogue, but I don't know. I feel like Rogue might get hit. I don't know. We will see. Knowing my luck, whatever class I pick will probably be the not optimal class for whatever the season is. We want strength. Let's get rid of these dudes. So right now we're doing really well, in my opinion. Like, no one's really threatening us at the moment. That is only for now, because it's just a bunch of weak skeletons. At some point, the bigger threats will show up, and I will regret everything that I'm saying currently. I'll be like, oh, we don't have damage, we don't have attack speed, everything's going poorly. Movement, because this character is relatively slow, and I think having a little bit of movement is not a bad idea. I do kind of wish, I mean, it doesn't feel like it does sometimes, but it would be nice, or it also could be difficult, if the game kind of, like, narrowed down your options based on the direction you seem to be going build-wise, so you don't get a lot of options that don't really go with what you want. Like, I know one of the main problems of why I don't like touching anything that has, like, an element to it is because once you get, like, something like fire, it now just bogs down your pool. I mean, it's trying to do it the right way, but it bogs down your pool with a bunch of fire affixes that you're just like, I don't want these. So you have to make sure with every choice that that is something you want to build into. Like, those are all terrible options for me, because, not terrible, but none of those are what I wanted. And the main problem there is, I have to avoid everything with health on it. So, even if it's a bad choice, I can still technically make it. I don't know if piercing helps us. I'm gonna go defense. Pretty much, if we don't have a stat into it right now, I'm gonna try to avoid putting stats into it, because, as I'm trying to, like, see if I can narrow down the pool a bit, because I don't want a bunch of stats that aren't going to do anything for me. And if I have to go glass tank, I have no problem going glass tank, even without healing, just because I would rather just get as much damage out as possible, and as quick as possible, because then, you know, I don't worry about getting hit as much. Weapon proficiency, yes. Let's go more damage. As I said before, prioritizing attacks over damage, but damage is good. I feel like after we kill this guy, a boss is going to show up, like an elite. That just seems like my timing, just how it works out. Look at this. I'm not sure what the max cap on, like, the potions are, but I want to hit it at some point, so we can at least have that ready. See? I called it. We got Arcane Splinters, I made a request for that. We got Not the Butcher here with his little hammer. Kind of bash our heads in. Attack speed. Yeah, we'll go attack speed. It is really cool to see a lot more people trying this game out. I was enjoying it. I was watching other people. Like, I've been wait, damaging an enemy with physical attack? No. I don't really want any of these. We'll go to movement speed. I was watching some people play this, and I, like, really got interested in it. So it's kind of interesting to see, like, more people touching into this game now. That, like, I think Asmon's covered it. Before that, I know the reason I got into it was, like, people I watched, like, Huts, Retribution, tried it, and I was like, you know what? I think, pretty sure Retribution tried it. But I was like, yeah, I want to try this game out. And, like, yo, get this. I'm very much I like to watch certain games before I pick them up, just so I can see if it will scratch the itches I want. And I know for some people, one of the big things that gets them, I didn't really have it for this game, but for some other games, is when you see people playing something, we'll go range, and you're just, like, screaming in your head, like, no, you made a terrible decision, you should pick this. That normally is, like, my deciding factor if I want to play a game, too. And a lot of times, I'll end up playing the game, and I'll be like, wow, I've made a lot more terrible decisions than they did. And I feel like with, like, roguelikes, it's very much a, you have to kind of see if it will fit what you want, because you're seeing a lot of hours into it. And the worst thing is to put time into a roguelike you do not like. We will go range. Because just the mechanics are better for it. And it's like, you feel like meh. And I feel like the plus, there are a lot of Vampire Survivor games. The reason why people like them a lot is because they literally feed into that power fantasy loop in a really good way of like, you're progressively seeing yourself getting stronger. I'd argue it's the same way like why I kind of enjoy Musos, especially like the Gundam ones. I really wish they'd bring those back actually. Before I do that, let's go range. Because it is that power fantasy, which is amazing. Like, you're just mowing down all these enemies, you're getting stronger and stronger. But there is also that interesting balancing act of like, yeah, you can do a lot of damage and kill things, but like, if you put your guard down for too long, you're gonna get destroyed. And I feel like having that's a nice loop for stuff, like the way that the pacing is for Survivor games can be important. Like, you want to be able to give the player a sense of strength. And as they play progressively, you're like, oh wow, I'm actually doing a lot more than I did last time. Because like, I know I just always enjoy when like, I get to a fight and I'm like, I'm just destroying this thing compared to how I did it before. So like, having that struggle to start makes me feel like when I get there and I'm like doing a great job, that I'm actually doing a good job. I need to get out of the problem I put myself in. I'm gonna go multi-hit. So as before, when this thing hits like a triple hit, it's amazing. Just because whatever isn't dead will be dead after that. Let's see. Look at metabolism, because we want to get that for the challenge. Also, for me, these kind of games are amazing when you have a lot of meta progression, especially things like challenges, because it just feeds into people like me just wanting to get more and more things done. I don't know what to go with here. Because I think piercing kind of doesn't make sense. It'll feed into that, but I don't really care about that as much. We'll go movement speed with health regen. Like, I kind of want to boost Arcane Stage, because I think we have a quest for it, but I also would rather make sure I can, like, get through this run. Because I don't want to prioritize the meta progression as that, with how much it needs when I'm already doing, like, a bunch of other meta progression things. Because then you spread yourself too thin, you don't have enough damage. The slime is not going to die. There he goes. Okay. We finally got a slime. They've been making fun of us this whole run. And I did not appreciate it. Let's see. Thick skin, piercing. Go thick skin. And I want to start getting ingredients, and then we get to start worrying about the blood trails. So, you know what? Let's go ingredient first, because I think we'll run into an ingredient pretty quickly. We can go movement speed. We'll go dedication, because that gives us movement speed and regen, so that's perfectly fine. Since we're going into pretty much a regen build with no max health upgrades, we might want to get as much as we can, especially with me walking into enemies. Alright. So we gotta keep heading up, and we'll hit ingredient. It's cheese. We're seeing a lull in enemies, which showing me they're about to drop a new type, or another type. Yeah, there we go. Slimes. Yeah, whenever I see that, I just know that they're going to send something to destroy me, or try to destroy me. There's our elite. We're doing not great damage on him. Okay, and we're also getting surrounded, which is not ideal. I feel like when his shield comes down, we'll get him. I wonder if piercing actually feeds into... would help us in this regard, because I would assume with piercing it would kind of help with this, because the shield is the main problem here. I'm gonna put a stat into piercing now I think about it, and see, because I'll be able to test it with the regular shield enemies that show up. No, yeah, our damage is good. Our damage is good. It's just really that. We'll get lightning. Let's see. Block strength. I feel like I said I was going to go a very glass tank build, or glass cannon build, and I somehow just keep making myself more and more tanky. Besides that fact, so I should probably, you know, start putting into damage. Alright, we got an ingredient. I'm not worried about getting a little couple hits here, because as I said, we've really put so much into regen. I'm gonna make it work for us. Like, might as well. And then we can not worry as much about not picking stuff up, because we know we're gonna get a glove soon. Because I've willed it into existence. Well, I should get a pickup range here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And let's head to the well, because the well, like, Rich, if you're playing this and you've lost the blood trail, head to the well. It'll always give you a pretty good idea as to where the blood trail is. Because the well's pretty much right up on the starting point for this map, so that is an easy way to get yourself back to it. Otherwise, you'd have a hell of a time just running in a direction. And there we go, blood trail. So we might want to go to the one down here first. Our damage is pretty good. I'd like to level up, so might as well just get this wave. Pickup range. I refuse to, like, it's also weird to me, like, why would I even, I mean, I guess because it can go into your other stats, but, like, getting crit on this character doesn't work. Like, this character does not spec into crit. So, picking it up just makes me feel mad. I know it could go into the other stuff, which is probably where they do it, which it probably is viable somewhat, but it just isn't viable for me. Our block kicked in really well there to stop us from taking that damage. More damage... Wait. More base damage or more percent damage and a wider area. I'm gonna go base damage because I feel like that just sounds smarter than a percent. And it looks like it's doing a really good job, so... More metabolism. There it is. More damage and area. Even better. Movement speed. Can we get another level, please? I would appreciate. More damage. More cone size would have also been a good choice, but just damage is good. I also love how I said I'd go attack speed this time, and I have not been finding attack speed right now. Like, I want attack speed and multi-hit. That would be great. Take this off. Let's not be in the center. There we go. I think our block, if it worked like the way it did last time, might protect us from the poisons and the slimes. It might be high enough, but I don't know if I want to risk it. More pickup range. Yeah, I'm not worrying about the spell synergies and getting that upgraded, just because I want to narrow my focus so I don't get too much done or try to go for too much and end up like getting nothing done and then being mad at myself. More area. Like right now we're at a point where we're clearing pretty smoothly. And once we get to a smooth point, then it's easy. We can put stats in wherever we feel like. There should be an ingredient down this way. Let's try to kill my own imp. This ingredient is like off the map. Okay, there we go. Oh, there's an elite. There's our block kicking in. Doing really good work. He should be dead. Let's clear them. Yeah, we're doing massive damage. Like, pretty much like mobs just gone in one good swipe. Let's go block. Good items. This summons a skeleton. I don't really want any of these. We'll get this one. I'm gonna drop off the potion, even though I know I like these other things, just because the potion seems smarter, just general meta progression wise. If I am wrong, please let me know. But I like just getting that out of the way, because I assume there's a max cap on the potions, whereas those items, some are, like, I feel like if we get one that, like, has an amazing roll, I'd be more upset. But without it, nah. And as before, we're just going to follow the well trail, because that'll take us right to the blood trail. We'll go block. Come on. Okay, we got the slime. I was not embarrassed again. Apparently, even with our amazing damage, the slime is still too strong for us. I don't like those little gaps between our attack. That's happening because of the lack of attack speed. Like, having more would mean we wouldn't have to worry as much about gaps. So I think getting stats, as I said, more stats into that and the multi-attack, and we're good. We are hitting some enemies that are surviving a burst, which is not optimal. We can go more strength. We got a movement speed relic. It's good for us right now. For this, yep. I've also been, like, in my head thinking, are there some old ARPGs I want to try out? I've never actually played the original Diablo or Diablo 2. I know they're, like, massively different than 4. I mean, I'm gonna look at it. Because I mainly came in with 3. I do kind of like ARPGs. They're kind of fun. I do like those kind of games where I can just, like, put my head down and, like, grind into stuff and enjoy it. I want to try out this piercing, but the 11% chance to trigger hit effects on abilities sounds good. Okay, we are trapped. We need to get out of here. Because I know I have Torchlight, which I started but didn't finish. I feel like if I would be more, I probably would have played it a bit more if I was playing with someone, so I probably shouldn't play that. And even, like, talk about playing Zomboid and stuff like that, but, like, our schedules have gotten massively conflicted. Movement speed. So it's easier for me to just play solo for right now. Plus with our links there, so like, yeah, I don't know how we do the audio. We have to figure that out and test it. We're in the same room recording and playing, so you get probably like some weird reverbs and stuff, but we'll see. Please. There we go. Okay. Yeah, our damage is falling off. It honestly could be less of our damage is falling off and more that we're hitting big groups, and since the damage is being split amongst a wider thing, that makes it feel like it's falling off. So if we can get more damage, or as I said, attack speed would be great. We'll get block strength, because we are getting hit a lot, and the block strength should mitigate that, and then we can have a chance to actually trigger our heal. Fine. Okay. Okay, we got to the relic, so now we just gotta kill him in it. Simple enough. It'll also force me to stay in one spot. After this, we should probably go through the last ingredient. Oh no, dogs. Oh no, lots of dogs. We need to get out of this. That worked out well for us, luckily, but yeah, we are not in a great spot. We'll go more range. It's not super ideal, since we're splitting our damage even further, but it'll also mean we don't have to get as close to hit stuff. And if we get the attack speed and range damage up, sorry, it will pay off in the end. Yeah, if we can get something that triggers... We need something that triggers off these splash hits and that'd make it even better. Don't want any of those bottom two. We'll go with this. Block is yet again coming in handy, because there's certain hits I'm definitely seeing that I should have gotten hit for, but I didn't, luckily. We'll go orbs. We don't need... I mean, we do go orbs because they're not actually. But I don't normally use it as much, so we'll just go for it. Alright. We need to clear this. Movement speed or defense? Go movement speed. As that, this character is relatively slow, so any boost to movement are just good. Alright, so just keep on running. This ingredient feels like it is miles away. Yeah, now I feel like our damage is getting back to being good, but it could be the mob density. I could just be lying to myself. And I think as per normal, we'll try to keep a glove on the map. Oh, even better. One just popped, so we don't have to worry about the next one. Yeah, I want to keep a glove on the map for when the boss shows up, just so we have it. Go with this. Anything but crit chance, because that feels like a dub stat for us right now. We'll go with this. Damage. Not into our core thing. Yeah, we're hitting that bad part. We couldn't kill a slime. And I don't like that. I guess we can head down to the well. Drop off the potion thing. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, you know what? Maybe we wait after we kill... Let's see. Duration, attack speed... We'll go this way. I'm trying to think if we want to wait till the next elite shows up, because if the next elite drops an item that's really amazing, I'm gonna kick myself. But the problem is, do I think we can get to the well, keep a glove on the map besides this top one, unless we do take this top one and let another one sit. You know, I'm gonna go for the well. We are going to bank on the next item we get being amazing or terrible, and we run to the well, and then we're just gonna get into the glove. Before the boss fight shows up. We just won't touch it until the boss shows up. And then we go for it. They are getting close to us by a large amount. And our block is no longer stopping the poison. So that's not great. We need damage. We need damage, please. Right now, you're not giving us damage. Since we know we're not going to die here, I also might just put this skeleton ring on. Because then we get more stuff spawning and hitting things for us. And I guess I passed the glove, so let's head down. Yep, there it is. Alright, clone size. I would like more attack speed and damage, please. Don't know if we're gonna get out of that. Okay, yeah, we took a little damage, but we're fine. Like, with all our health regen, we're almost back to full health again. So, that is the plus of getting those both done at the same time. Okay, more health regen. Okay, that quest is done. So now we just need damage and to survive. Which I would argue go hand in hand in this regard. Oh, there is the boss. We can get a good amount of hits without... Okay. We say damage there. There was not a fun way of getting out of that. We just gotta prioritize killing our way up, killing a path for ourselves, and killing the boss, and not stepping into skulls that are flying at us like that. But the boss should be dead next pop. Yes. Okay. So now we get to see what we banked on worked out. Except I can't actually get to the item because they are surrounding it. Go up here. Okay, we got invulnerability. So I'm going to use that to my advantage to get it in there. More attack speed, yes. Okay. It deals 4% damage for each burning enemy, no. More damage for health missing. We'll go with that. Because we found all the ingredients, so that item doesn't do anything for us anymore. The picking up, I mean, it gives us movement speed, but I don't care. There's a lot of stats in the movement already. I didn't realize that, for a second I didn't realize we had the thing that was summoning that, because I thought we were summoning skeletons. So I was like, why is there a guy just standing there not taking damage, throwing spells out? But luckily he's on our side this time. Right, and then how do we get to the well? I guess we just hope. Also notice the surprising lack of gloves dropping now that I've gotten there. We'll get more damage. Okay. The pickup range is helping us. Oh, there's a glove. See? He's gotta complain. Just gotta complain and the game will bless you. Okay. That glove was unnecessary. Now because I was talking trash, I've given myself bad luck. So now when I need a glove, which I will be soon because I want one for the boss fight, I won't be able to find it. Alright, just moving down. We're hitting a pretty decent point. Density is incredibly high though. That's the only issue I'm running into. We might as well upgrade these. We'll make the orbs do more damage. Yeah, this is a little sketch. Because there's such a gap in between our attacks still that we have to, like, hope it's just gonna proc in time to save us. I said to remind myself that we did the blood trail already, because I was like, did we do that? Because if not, we might want to get that done. The plus is, because we have so much pickup range, sorry, we don't have to worry as much about picking things up. We're kind of getting them as we're walking. But another glove would be great, just to solidify it, because I assume our minions are killing a lot of stuff off screen. Okay, there's the well. We'll drop this off. So this have another reroll. And now we just kind of clear. And then just wait for the boss to show up. We'll go block strength. Alright. Not great. Yeah, our clear is still terrible. We can't clear, like, if we're taking like a full burst and we have a second pause, that's not good. We're letting them get too close and they will just hit us, as we've seen. I have not seen a glove proc on the map yet, so our minions are not going far enough. Let's see. More piercing? Sure. So I can't even see if the piercing works on the shield, guys. Because I guess we're just doing enough damage for him to worry about it, but it's hard to really tell. But I'm going to say it is, just because it means I didn't waste the upgrade twice. Did I die in that hill? No, not at all. But I will take it. What was that? Sorry, I don't know what just made that noise, because I am not streaming. I just heard like a YouTube ding. Spooked the hell out of me. Keep moving. We want more health regen and movement speed, sure. Alright. We're just gonna keep running. And we should be fine? I think we're fine now. I think this is good enough damage. Because they're not really surrounding us too heavily. And we're dealing with the slime decently enough. Except, okay, this golden slime is making fun of us. Okay, there we go, we got him. Pretty much my main problem is still going to be when the big dogs show up and the poison slimes. We just need them gone as fast as possible and as far from us as possible. And we're leaving a lot of XP on the ground. I'm trying to like maximize every attack we get since we don't have that many from the way it goes. Because I want to always be hitting something. Movement speed. Health per second. We have a movement speed. We have a lot of health per second. I just want to make sure at this point we're not standing. We have time to get out of choreographed moves. Because the boss does like to have a lot of choreographed moves that you see coming, but obviously will hit you and do a ton of damage. And let that compound, you will get, you know, dead. Okay, we got a quest done. We can now pick up max health, even though I'm probably not going to. Just as we gotten this far without it, I'd rather put stats into other things. Alright. And I think I'm gonna, since we have a natural regen, like a revive, I'm gonna hold off on just putting that ring back on until we have to use it, basically, so we can have more DPS. Because I'd rather use it to start with DPS than to end with DPS. Because I don't think it makes sense to turn the ring on immediately, and then after you pop it, then you put it, like, you put the skeleton ring on. Just getting more damage done means you don't have to worry about the boss as much. So I might not even need it. None of these are great, so just take whatever. Not they're bad, they're just not what I need right now. What I need is not that. I need damage. I need as much damage as possible, and as much attack speed as feasibly possible. I don't like any of these. So this, I don't think we can stun the boss. We might be able to. I think they have attention every time. I just try to DPS him down and not get hit. So I guess I don't pay enough attention. So we should look out for that. Will the lightning strike and crit? Sorry, stun. We're still doing really fine. Like, even with the little hits we are taking, we're pretty much going to be healing them up relatively good. I don't think we've gone below 300 this run. If we have, I guess I didn't notice it. But that also might be a mix of the movement speed plus the health regen. Alright, so now that I've said something, the game is purposely trying to... Yep, there we go. We are under 300. Health regen per second. Yes. It's proccing incredibly fast now. So as long as we can keep moving and not get hit again... Oh, boss time. Okay. There you go. Eat that. This is where our range kicks in. We don't have to worry about being on him. Okay. I don't think we can get another level during this fight, but we can get a lot of damage in as we're trying to find it. Okay, I stood in that. That's on me. Stood in that as well. Okay, we're not going to keep standing in moves. Except for that one, which luckily the block stopped, but not that one, because apparently I'm just a glutton for getting hit right now. Block kicked in there. Next phase, next phase, next phase. There we go. That procs. Okay. Probably could have dodged that, but we're not worrying about it, because we're still going to kill him. And we're not going to use a revive. We're just going to burn him down. Okay, block kicked in and saved us. And I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead. Okay, he's dead now? I say he was dead, but it took like way longer than I'd hoped. Okay, cool. That is another quest complete. Let's see. Reach level 100. Apply 10 fragile on a single enemy at once. Okay. Deal 750,000 damage with Radiant Aura. Must be completed in one run. That sucks. We don't go with Radiant Aura, but it's whatever. So I think I'm gonna chill off on that character. We'll get it done when we get it done. As far as when you get using your main weapon. With the Warlock. How would you even do that? What? Let me see something. Isn't the Warlocks, like, how would you just turn off auto attack? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure that one out, but thanks again for checking me out. If you liked it, please subscribe and come back for more. Why don't we have more bottles? Because I didn't buy it from this guy. Give me the bottle. So now we have 4? No, we have 3. Okay, I think we need to find these other ingredients. That's kind of what it is. Yeah. So we're going to find these other ingredients so we can get more stuff. Because I think I've been, like, getting more of this one, but not actually helping myself, I guess. Retreat bottles. Yeah, I think I've just been getting bottles, but not the right bottles, I guess? I don't know. But thanks for checking me out. For like to please subscribe and come back for more. See ya.